And then I did fix it over here, so. Okay, so I need to go here. We already set this up. I just need to hit the live button.
Okay, let me get set up.
Sorry, you're fine. I'm just getting it getting us situated, and then I'll hit the start. I did all of this already, though. Oh, I see it. I see it. Oh, where is? I already set this up. Hold on. It's still being. Wait a minute. I gotta do something here. Wait a minute. It's not doing like it usually does. Okay, here we go. I don't understand why this is happening. It's just not working like it used to. Why? I already did all of this. This makes no sense. Okay, let me see if it'll just. Hold on. Before we get, it might be a moment because this is just not. I might have to do something. I don't know why this started doing these things to me. This should not be doing this. All right, this is not doing right here. right, we're gonna have to wait one moment, because it's not. For some reason, I cannot get this to show up on Facebook anymore. It's just not doing the right thing. Tell you what, though. All right, I'll do this. Wait a minute, I'm seeing if I can fix it. Give me 1 minute. We get to just started changing all this stuff now. It's still not showing the right stuff. This makes no sense. Did that? It's still not allowing me to. I don't understand what is going on here. I don't know. All right, this is what I'm gonna do then. All right. Give me 1 moment because I can't figure this out. So, which is all right. We're just gonna refer everybody to the YouTube channel. Okay. I just posted, told folks to come to YouTube because I cannot figure out. I still can't figure out why this is not. I can't get it to show on Facebook anymore, even with the changes. So that's all right. I just all right.
So, Carl, hold up. I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be back.
Okay. All right. No problem. It's not. All right, we'll be fine here. So give some folks some time to get in here. We could.
All right, I'm back.
All right, we can go ahead and get started then.
Oh, let me get the room. I had it arranged. Godly. So we're gonna utilize a technical person.
That's what we're gonna do because I have not had these issues with streaming to Facebook before, and it's just not showing up. So I just I posted the YouTube on there, so we're live on YouTube and supposed to be on the event in Facebook, but I don't know what's happening with that. But that's okay. We do have a viewer here, so
Okay.
Anke Maatz and Jason, please refer everybody to the YouTube channel that I shared on the live because we're having a problem getting StreamYard to connect with our Facebook event. So we'll figure that out again. Calling all technical support. We can use the help. I've been streaming on Facebook Live for a while with StreamYard, maybe a year or two, but all of a sudden it's starting to have issues. So please refer the family over to the YouTube channel, Send Jason. All right, ready? All right, let's go. Are you there, Boo? M Hrw and Sabyt?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, we can go.
All right. Uncle Mott, Sabyt, getting ready. Glad to see everyone is here as we prepare for our opening of the way. So remember, we're always starting off from the north. Wherever you are in your home, you can look to the north. And as I said, my back is usually facing you, and then we ended up back on the north. So as you get into the pose of adoration, you put your left hand forward and your right hand slightly back. Your left foot facing forward and your right foot is slightly back. And we begin with the word of life. our Netrak in Bahet, Nuke in Bahet, Netrak Happy, Nuke Happy, 2 into turn to your right. Netrak Circuit, Nuke Circuit, Netrak Kepsanu, Nuke Kepsanu, 2 into turn to your right. Netrak As, Nuke As, Netrak Amset, Nuke Amset, 2 into turn to your right. Netrak Neat, Nuke Neat, Netrak Tuamuta, Nuke Tuamuta, 2 into turn to your right. Netrak
Newt.
Newt, 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 Netrak Geb,
Newt. Yeah.
Nuke Geb, 2 into Netrak Shoot, 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 Shoot,
Newt.
Nuke Shoot. Netrak Tefnut, 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 Nuke Tefnut. 2 into Netrak Paut
Into the
into Nuke Paut into
fucking bull. Into the
Netrak and Boo into Nuke and Boo into 2 into into
him netter dwa.
definitely.
All right, Ankim, I bet we are back with another weekly instrumental vitamin to our soul and spirits, brought to us by none other than our hymn netter, Waziri here. So blessed to have him do this with us every week and give everybody just a little push, a little piece of inspiration. As usual, we want to make sure that we always continue to give thanks to our ancestors. Give thanks to the Neteru for bringing us here. Thanks to our chief elder, Baba Heru Ankh Semaj Se Patah, for bringing us this legacy. And also to our chief priest, Himneter and Tepi Jabari. And always giving credit to our previous Himnetert or Himet Neter, Anika. That being said, we will get started so that you all can get the rest of your Sunday on in divine order, just as we started. Himneter Waziri, what do you have for us today?
All right. Let alone. So we're going to be in the Hosea selections from the Hosea. So we will start off at page number 47. Right. All right. Good.
40.
Page 47, and then we can begin with section number.
I think you said page 41.
Oh, excuse. Thank you.
That's all right. I took my notes when you told me.
I just right. We're going to page number 41. And then we're coming from the book of Patah. And as we start off, we're going to start with section 1 and 2 and go on from there. So in section 1, it says, "Be not arrogant because of your knowledge. Take counsel with the ignorant as well as with the wise." as well as with the wise. For the limits of knowledge in any field have never been set, and no one has ever reached them. Figure wisdom is rarer than emeralds, and yet it is found among the women who gather. Section 2. If you are a leader and command many, strive for excellence in all you do, so that no fault can be found in your character. For Ma'at, the way of truth, justice, and righteousness is great. Its value is lasting as it has remained unequal and unchanged since the time of its creation. It lies as a plain path before the ignorant, and those who violate its laws are punished. Although wickedness may gain wealth, wrongdoing has never brought its ware to a safe port. In the end, it is Ma'at, the way of truth, justice, and righteousness that endures and enables the upright to say it is it is the legacy of my father and my mother. Section number 3. Do not terrorize people, for if you do, God will punish you accordingly. If someone lives by such means, God will take bread from his or her mouth. If one says, I shall be rich, but such means will eventually be, be to say by any means, by means have entrapped me. If one says, I will rob another, he will end up being robbed himself. The plans of men and women do not always come to pass, for in the end it is the will of God which prevails. Therefore, no one should live in peace in others, and they will come and willingly give gifts which another will take from them through fear. Section 4. Be diligent as long as you live, always doing more than is commanded for you. Do not misuse your time while following your heart. That's a good line to read again. Do not misuse your time while following your heart, for it is offensive to the soul to waste one's time. Do not lose the opportunity to increase that which you have. Diligence produces gains, and gains do not endure when diligence is abandoned. That section is a powerful section. Whether we can, it's important to come back to it and look at it. Let's look at section 5. If your parents are worth and wisdom, train your children so that they will be pleasing to God. And if you do what is right, always follow your example and handle your affairs as they should. Do for them all that is good, for they are forgotten of your own heart. And so, therefore, separate not your heart from them. But if they fail to follow your course, oppose your will, reject all counsel, and set thy mouth in motion, which and set that their mouth in motion with vile words, then drive them away. For they are not your children and were not born for you. Those who are guided do not go wrong, but those who willfully lose their way will not find a straight course. And I shall end with that. Well, one of the things I wanted to look at was in section 4, the fact that it says, "Be diligent as long as you live, always doing more than it is commanded of you. Do not misuse your time while following your heart, for it is offensive to the soul to waste one's time. Do not lose a daily opportunity to increase that which you have. Diligence produces gains, and gains do not endure when diligence is abandoned.
Wow.
So what do you have to say that to that section, or really the whole
The
reading
whole
of,
reading.
of the section of Patah Hotel?
Now, even from the start, as you said, be not arrogant because of your knowledge. Now, I know that the Netaru leads you to your choices every week, and it's always very, very powerful. The whole section that you read is powerful, but even starting with, be not arrogant of your knowledge. Now we see this as many of us of African descent come out of the sleeping state. You know, we're finally filtering out those who were woke trenders, I should say, and even those who were trending. Once you ring an alarm, you cannot go back to sleep. You know, and that being said, we also see out here and with the what is so called the conscious community a lot of wisdom, a lot of knowledge, a lot of people reading. But it says here, just as it says, be not arrogant because of your knowledge. We see a lot of ego-led, ego-driven knowledge being put out there, and some information is accurate, but we have got to let that arrogance go. Because when you are trying to provide a message to a people, and you're there with the arrogance and the ego driven self, no one can hear. They can only see the egotistic person trying to lead. So I think that this whole section is, as our hymnetter Jabari would say, of critical importance. As he would say, it's of critical importance because we also have people in the world who deem themselves to be leader, but by whose authority have you chosen to lead? By whose will was it in you that you should lead someone? You know what I mean? This is saying here, be truthful. Do not terrorize people. For if you do, God will punish you accordingly. But again, in section 4, if you do not misuse your time while following your heart, the rest will, that is leading in itself, because you're not being led by the ego. You're not being, many people want to lead just to have followers, just to have people following you, just so that you can be seen as such. But how does the Netaru see you when nobody else is around? How are you viewed in the sight of the Netaru? How are you viewed? How are the scales weighed against you behind closed doors? Because many people will grab a following, but where are you leading people to? Are you leading them down a razor blade sliding board? Are
Wow.
you?
That's
Are you leading them to hell with gasoline draws on?
right.
And keep in mind that when you, as the person, not even appointing yourself as a leader, but even as someone who follows, be careful, be cautious of following. For even the righteous can lead you to a house that doesn't belong to you. Doesn't make them wrong, but they're walking their own path. So they're leading themselves to their home, not necessarily yours. We commune together. We walk together. Where each of us, where our ka and our bas end, hopefully we will be able to transition and recognize each other on the next plane. But while we are here, be cautious of following and be cautious of being a leader. But if you follow your heart, you are following the Netaru. You are then following God. So you cannot say that you're following something unrighteous. If you follow a person, that's questionable. But what's in your spirit and what's in your heart?
True. Very powerful. And that's one of the things we have to learn to decipher, and to decipher what is in the heart and the spirit. So being guided by the spirit is very important. to connect to the M Hrw is so important as we continue to learn the knowledge that the M Hrw has provided for us, and then we can be able to connect to our hearts and our souls, our ba and our ka. So it's so important to work on that.
That's right. And like you said, with the heart, you have to be cautious that you're not putting weight on another person's heart,
That's
as
true.
well as not accepting it. Because at the end of the day, when you weigh what, or at the end of the night, or whenever you do so, sometimes those scales can be unbalanced because of the things that you allow. Be careful, being under the wings of other folks, because you may have gotten some of that weight dumped off onto you. And now your scales are imbalanced because you've taken on the weight of the world.
And one of the things is good to look at this time of the year. We are Sarujan Ma'at.
That's right.
So right, we're in the process of restoring order during this summer solstice. It's pretty it's the time of year or the time to restore Ma'at, and that's one of the things that we ought to put together and work with one another to restore Ma'at.
That's
So
right.
it's so important.
Absolutely. And just as you said that, restoring ma'at, and we're talking about our hearts, and we're talking about, the heaviness of it, or, the lightness of it. When you're restoring ma'at, just be sure that when you, almost like the Christians say, you leave it at the altar. When you saruj ma'at, when you restore ma'at, it has to be left where it is. And that doesn't mean dumping the weight. It means actually restoring, rebalancing, correcting, and then moving forward. There are relationships that you can saruj ma'at, and you may not have that relationship anymore, but you can move forward. It's not holding on to them. It's not holding on to you. Sometimes we have to restore and saruj ma'at within ourselves, not only with other people and things that we may get into, but what about within yourself? How gentle are we with ourselves? How balanced within ourselves, not just our eating trends and our exercise, but all around, mind, body, and spirit. How careful are we with that? This was great as always. This is so powerful, and we're in a world full of leaders. So when you read this, if you are a leader, be courteous and listen carefully to the presentations of the petitioners. So almost like what our shrine is doing, we are trying to restore, rebuild. We're having our monthly meetings, and we, the petitioners, are being heard. We're being heard as a unit, as one shrine, trying to be the beacon of light. And again, that's not to say that we're out here trying to be the best. We're not claiming sets. This isn't Bloods and Crips. This isn't, and be careful with that in the world. You don't have to force feed what you are and what you do to other folks who oppose or see life different. Saruj and Ma'at is about being connected wherever you are, on whatever plane you're on. We are Kemites. What good? How is it ma'at for us to continuously say, that's a lie, that's not true? We already know that now. We know about all the things that were stolen. We know about all the things that where the things came from. If we're still standing on the soapbox saying that, we still haven't gotten anywhere. Because action now, what do? Yes, we know. Now what? How do we become a living legacy without trying to force feed that? So be cautious of leading. Be okay with meeting people where they are.
So true, so true. And I didn't get the chance to read section number 6, and what you just read, or what you just commented on, was if you move among people, gain respect and trust through speaking openly and truthfully. Those who are trusted and speak truthfully will become leaders and masters of themselves. And you just hit on it.
Whoa.
Those who master themselves enjoy a good name and are not maligned. They are in good health and their face is turned toward their people. Powerful. And, and they are praised without their knowing it. But those who heart obeys base desires causes contempt rather than love. Their heart diminishes and their body dwindles. Those of great heart are the chosen of Ra. But those who obey base desires become the possession of the enemy.
Mm-hmm.
If you are leader, see that the plans you make are carried out. Two great things which will be remembered long after you. Where there is praise, distraction cannot survive. But where those of ill will enter, like crocodiles, strife also comes.
Mm-hmm.
And in that page it says, if you are a leader, be courteous and listen carefully to the presentations of petitioners. Stop now that speech stop now their speech until they have poured out their heart and spoken that which they came to say. Those with grievances let life with those with grievances like to speak out and have their petitions heard. But whoever stops a presentation raises the question of why does one having this power act in this manner? Not all that is asked for can be granted, but a fair hearing satisfies the heart.
Mm-hmm.
So important.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So that's always gives me the chills, when we get into conversing about and talking about the Sabayit that we read, because I see how important it is. And again, you lead by not even having the thought that you need to lead, because you're just like it says, when you lead yourself, you are the leader and both the follower. And when your light shines naturally, you don't have to stand on anything to say, hey, look at me, I've got a light. It just naturally shines. It's not an attempt. It's just a natural thing. Nothing has to be done. Nothing has to be, you're not gaining anything. If your purpose is to gain money, not saying that money, I don't believe that money is the root of all evil, but if there is an alternative purpose other than the divinity within yourself for the things that you do, then it's not the right purpose. You may want to reweigh those scales again. So I think that this was an extremely, extremely wonderful and always divine piece that we read. We look around, everybody knows, we don't say it, but everybody sees what's going on. And we're talking about in many of things. And they're going on with so-called leaders. Look at what's going on right now with the Palestinians and the protest out in New York. They were out in LA. But if you watch it, it just sounds like rubble, 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 rubble back and forth. Like it's always sounded. If you look at the industry, our hip hop culture, look how that's being diminished by these so-called heads and leaders who've led people straight to hell with gasoline draws on, literally, in that circle. They behind is running around here burning, because hell's not in some underground space. It's right there within your mind and your heart. And you think all those people that said yes in the industry, can you imagine internally what these people are going through? You know? So I think that it's very important that we stay grounded, that we stay firm. And where we fall short, I don't care if it's a daily routine, Saruj Ma'at, within yourself and with others. And don't be so quick to need to be followed, because your journey may not be survivable for somebody else. you know, it's meant for you. It's meant to be walked alone. So I just pray that you all keep a light heart, and may the Neteru keep all of you and protect you all from the chaos Saruj Ma daily, multiple times if you need to. Remember your 42 laws. Do the opening of the way every morning to protect yourself as you go into your days. And I give thanks for all that we are doing.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Mm-hmm.
All right, folks. Well, until next week, we shall see you then. Himnetta, you want to close us out with the prayer?
Well, I didn't plan on that, but you have the prayer.
Okay.
All right then.
Well, I will do our usual Amasu prayer, which is Amasu in Pa in the Ter. Saaksu, Imit in Pa in Ter. Auta Aura Maketipa Herura. Give yourself to the one most high and keep yourself daily for the divine. And do it tomorrow just as you've done it today. Winter. Much more to you all. Hopefully you'll all be able to see. If not, we're not here live like Sin Jason. You'll see it on the page. And now I understand what's going on, Sin Jason. Thanks for that information because Facebook and StreamYard has been acting up. So I see what he's saying, that they're having a fight right now. So that's how come they're not connecting with each other. But we always find a way. We'll always find a way. So until next week, we'll see you all then and have a great week as you go into your weeks. May you all be blessed and may the divine keep you all safe and protected from all chaos. Shema Matep.
Shimon Mat family. Shimon Mat.